And we is live. I mean, we are live. And we is
He's
live.
live.
And this is the mother and son making sense out
Yes.
of nonsense
Plus more.
plus more.
Plus a lot more. Hopefully not too much more. Cheers.
Cheers. Here's to you.
Cheers to number 6.
Cheers to number 6. Okay. Show mother and son making sense out of nonsense. I asked you, and we hope the show is inspirational, inspiring, educational, but most importantly, funny as hell, entertaining. I know I'm funny.
I know you can be funny. Well, like we were saying before, what's funny without a few duds here and there, right?
So that's why we understand when you make a dud, nobody's going to laugh.
Oh, I thought you were going to say no one's going to take it personally. No one's going to hold me accountable. We know no one's laughing if it's a dud. That's what a dud is.
Really? State the obvious. I would like to share a story, a
Yes.
real life story, reality, spirituality story. Happened yesterday. I was waiting in line for my prescription. I don't know, CVS, Walgreens, and being in a big city in Las Vegas, big city, there are a lot of lines. And there's usually a lot of lines when people are picking up their prescriptions, because there's a lot of people needing prescriptions.
Getting their meds.
Getting their meds, including your mommy getting her meds. Anyway, did I say that out loud? Your mommy needs her meds too. So I already prepared mentally. Okay, I'm going to be there. Who knows how long I'm waiting? I had nothing else to do. But the gentleman behind me was very impatient, back and forth, going up to the window. There's 4 people in there. Nobody's doing anything. 4 of them just standing there. And I'm just calm. I'm not saying a word. I'm just witnessing all of it. And he's getting angrier and angrier, walking up to the window. What the fuck is this about? Oh, these people, customer service. I mean, it was so intense. He was revving himself up. He was just rolling down the hill, a ball of steam, getting angrier.
It was a scene. It was a scene, man.
It was a real scene. And just witnessing it and staying out of it and just watching. It was fascinating, because I've been that person. Look, they're not doing anything. Oh, it's taking forever. And I'm telling you, I'm over it. This thing about wasting time, is that even possible in the universe? We talked about it before, but I don't know if we came up to a conclusion. Your thoughts?
Ongoing theme, wasting time, because it just spreads to everything. Well, I'm going to turn it right back to you, because my thought is, what you said, you prepared yourself for these lines. I mean, what's happening there? Because I told you, if I like to give myself a heads up. So if I know there's long line, I mean, I might be spiritual, I might be this and that. I still don't like waiting in line. And I don't like...
Correction. Your ego doesn't like waiting in line. Your universal self has no problem, because there is no such thing as time. So I know that my ego gets bothered. My ego gets annoyed. So how much power am I giving my ego?
Okay, well, my ego doesn't like waiting in line. And we talked about Nathan, really knowing Nathan. And Nathan, no, he doesn't, especially when I can be in and out, wham, bam. I know what I need. I say it quickly to the person behind the desk. I know how much it costs. Here's my card. You don't even have to ask me for the zip. None of that. So Nathan does feel like, has an idea of how much time this is going to take. And if it takes more than that, then now he's all flustered. But you said you know there's long lines, you know. So Phil, for me, it's the same with traffic. Is I know how long this could take, but I don't know for sure how long it will take. So just giving myself a 1 second heads up coming in really helps deal with whatever's going to happen next.
Well, I'll tell you in one step even further if you want to get to my level.
I would love to get to your level. I would love to be so honored.
And my level is this.
Hold on a second.
I thought you were going to do this.
That was at first.
Which you just reminded me. I hope he's not listening. But you know, the first handyman fired me a couple of weeks ago, so now I have a new person that's coming in.
You already have a new sucker coming into work for you.
And he was talking about his family and about his children, and this was the second time. And Nathan, I just looked at him and I just walked in another direction. I just walked away from the conversation. I didn't say I had to go. I just walked from one end all the way to the other end of the garage. I was over.
There's not even a need to say anything. Just start walking.
Yes. It's a new strategy. It may even be crazy. I'm here 1 minute, just like what you just did to me. So we're talking, and then
I love that. There's no interruption. There's no explanation. There's no fighting. There's no I can't hear you. You just walk away. Well, now we have something new.
There's no need for a conversation. There's no need for an explanation. It's just this.
That's really good. All right. Well, what were you saying?
I don't even remember.
Oh, thank God.
The point is
to get to get further, deeper.
Yeah, deeper. So the point is, there is no preparing for the next moment. The point is to be open to all moments, open in every possibility. And the practice is to surrender to a long line, to a short line. So if I'm in an energy mode of surrender, constantly surrendering, there's nothing I have to plan for. There's nothing I have to think about. I know that there are long lines only because I've been in that store, because I do need meds consistently, monthly. But the point is, it's living in a mode of constant surrender.
That's it. That is deeper. And no, there's nothing to prepare for if it's just constant surrender, constant uncertainty, constant I don't have control over any of this. Well, even to the point of, okay, Nathan, I know Nathan's triggers. Well, maybe Nathan's triggers aren't the same today. So yeah, surrendering that too.
And all triggers are based in the past. So I'm and that's what I'm talking about. If I'm really living in the present moment, I'm not triggered. If I'm really living in the present moment, there's no such thing as a trigger. But let's move on, only because you were kind enough. I received an email from an anonymous source, and they wanted to remain anonymous. I get a lot of emails asking questions. And so I checked with you, and you said, yes, I would like to address this email. So I'm reading this. I haven't even told you what it is, but it's a long email.
Oh, we got a lot of material, a lot of content.
Yeah, but I'm going to
get to the questions.
Get to the question. But it says, I enjoy your show and teachings. Hi there, little girls. Oh, that's my little girl. That's my girl. Oh, you're joining
she
the
wants
show.
To be, yeah, little co-host wants to be part of the show.
I love the hey, Looney. That's
this
Looney.
One's actually Lexi.
Oh, that's Lexi. I can't see her brown.
Yes.
Okay. That's one of my grand kittens. Like, I
That's
call
right.
her Lexi Field is her last name.
I like that.
Okay, Lexi, here we go. These are the questions. Okay, questions for your show. All right. Uh, what do you do with the thought, fear, and the frustration and anger around I'm getting older? How long is it going to take for X, Y, and Z for my dreams to happen? I'm getting older. How long is it going to take for my X, Y, and Z, my dreams to happen? How do you get over fear and anxiety of getting older and again, not looking as good for when your dreams do come true or not being able to enjoy them for that long?
Wow.
And, and,
What a,
and I mean, I'm just going to keep going to get the full thing, and then we can go back
oh,
and
okay,
go back
okay, okay.
yeah. Okay. Anger and sadness around why is it taking so long for my dreams to happen? And then they say, because I can tell it's a woman, and they say, I just repeated myself, ha ha ha. What if my dreams never happen? What if all this work I did to build the dream before again, this is a time question. Any programming around there's blocking you from getting X, Y, and Z. Why do I have so much spiritual growth and others don't? I have that kind of thinking. I have spiritual growth and now others don't. Age and hitting a certain age and then no longer being able to have a baby. What? Or not having the energy for it. Blah, blah. Okay, I'm sorry for, let's see. Why do some people have to be fully baked? So this is a combination of looking at other people and saying, why do some other people have to be fully baked? Noticing what other people, I'm just going to hit on that first because the other stuff is a little bit more in depth. And I'm going to throw this out because it's one of my practices. It's an ongoing practice of not comparing myself to anybody else. I can't compare myself to what anybody or I perceive that they have more of a following or they're further along than me in their social media game or their marketing, or they're just more advanced. All of that comparing myself, and not only comparing, but even noticing what somebody is doing. That's why we're talking about road rage. Why am I noticing what other drivers are doing? So I'm out of everybody else's business. That's the practice.
Yeah, a piggyback off of that. Well, I do notice people that have more followers than me. I do notice singers that their voices, they can hit higher notes than me. I do notice all of that. Well, my practice is if I have any of and that feeling of jealousy, that feeling of when I feel really small compared to them, or I am putting myself down because of me being different, that's what I cut off as soon as possible. Ideally, and I just saw one of my friends that I went to school with almost 20 years ago, I saw on his social media, he has 10,000 followers, which isn't that much in the grand scheme of things, but it's more than me. And what I did this morning was I looked at that 10K, and I said, good for you doing whatever you're doing to do your thing for 10K. Boom, I'm out. Social media off and we're done. I'm not thinking about it anymore, because if I give it any more thought, I'm most likely going to get into putting myself down rather than being inspired by that feeling of, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And then leaving it at that. So the comparing, I wish I didn't notice other drivers, but I think that is inevitable to notice. It's just, what do I do with the noticing, and how long? Like you said, recover quickly, rejoice quickly. I notice, boom, back to me. Do I want Instagram followers or not? And if I do, then this is me.
So what did you say? You said, "Do I want Instagram followers?" But you didn't answer the question.
And I
Yeah.
do, want
Okay.
Instagram follow. And this goes, and this will probably tie into that earlier part in the letter is, then all I need to do is really, really simply start where I'm at today. Just like I did yesterday, I posted one picture of me, one picture, and that's it. And that's all I can do today. Just take it one step at a time.
Okay. I'm going to go a little bit deeper.
Okay.
I'm just going a little deeper, and then because then I want to get to her other questions, which are really good too. A little bit deeper. So and it's coming back to wants and desires. I've been broken. I'm 68 years old. You're a lot younger. You're 38. You want to switch? You want to trade?
I'm good for now.
I just remember you said, "Oh, I like being older." You
Well,
know,
I do. Well, I like the wisdom and experience and life experience of getting older, but it's just all the other stuff.
exactly. This was my point. At this stage, I don't have any wants and I don't have any desires. I'm done with it. Now, Rebecca Norrington ego may have some wants and desires, numbers, a New York Times bestseller, travel, cruises, spiritual show in Vegas, all of that. Rebecca Norrington may, and scratch that may, Rebecca Norrington definitely has wants and desires, but I'm putting a very distinct border between that Rebecca Norrington. I'm not attaching myself to that Rebecca Norrington because she has wants and desires. I don't. And quite frankly, I'm even breaking her down to have zero wants and zero desires, especially of this man-made world. Now, do I want to have more consciousness? Do I want to be more patient? Do I want to be more self-aware? Do I want to practice more surrendering? Yes, definitely I'd like that. But I'm not going to get caught up into this man-made likes. I can't. I can't.
Well, oh, yeah, that is deeper. And then I'll say what I'm doing this year for me, my word is action this year. And that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with my wants or desires, my ambitions. Do I want more Instagram followers or not? Well, that's irrelevant to me posting the picture. Like we always talk about, just following inspiration. Did I want the cats or did I not want the cats? Well, I took the action of getting the cats. And so that's what I'm, and also, and I do want to bring it back to what I said, because it's action, but it's action in the moment. It's one action, simple action. And just me posting a picture doesn't mean I'm going to be posting a picture tomorrow, doesn't mean anything.
Well, now you're talking even deeper, because what you're explaining is action without an attachment to the outcome.
That's right.
So I'm down for action. Definitely inspired action all the time. All
the time.
the time.
And it is a practice, because I did post it, and then now there's the likes, and then there's the comments, and then there's the not as many likes. It's all of that, and that is the outcome. That is a practice of, for me, it's just, I'm not looking at that. I'm going to do something else.
I was about to say, I post and I never look at likes, or I just don't. I don't look. If I look, I just don't. It's just,
Yeah.
I just can't be concerned with that. Let's move on to the rest of this.
Yeah.
This is a really good one. Okay, so let's go back to the top. So we already answered the being in somebody else's business, comparing, noticing what other people are doing. I mean, it's just a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for being discontent, totally, all the way when you're looking at someone else. Stay out of their business. Or not. All right. What do you do with the fear, upset, frustration, anger about I'm getting older? How long is this going to take for my dreams to happen? How do you get over anxiety, fear over getting older and again not looking as good for when your dreams do come true or not being able to enjoy them for that long? Anger, sadness about how long it's taking. Okay, so
I have one right away.
yes.
This it's so many good things in here. I have one right away, and this I think something you would say. You would tell me is what do I do? What do I do when my dreams do come true and now I'm older or look older? That's future. That's all future.
All of this is future. Everything that she's talking about is future, and everything is a story of I'm getting older, waiting for a long time for my dreams to happen. So you're in the future, and the ego keeps you in a state of discontent and dissatisfaction. I'm in the future. See, so now they're being robbed of the present moment, thinking about what's going to happen in the future or not going to happen. See, the practice is my practice is okay. It's not my journey. It's not my decision. This is the universe having an experience through me. Am I able to surrender? And it's not my life, my journey. This is what the universe wants, because what the universe wants is going to happen. So am I able to surrender? Okay, whatever you want, universe. I'm 68. Am I waiting for this stuff to happen? I used to. Now I don't. If it happens, fine. If it doesn't, that's not part of my plan. It's really getting down to, do you trust, practicing trust, and letting go of thinking that you know best for you, or I know what's best for me. No, the universe knows what's best for me. I'm out of it.
Well, yes, that does come down to what you said, and now we're talking about having a faith in the universe, having this trust in the universe. I don't know if this person does or not, and I don't even know if that. What I do want to say, going back to what I do think is present moment, is the fear and the anxiety. And the question was, what do I do with the fear and anxiety? And I want to say what I do is just what this person did in the email, is I say that there is fear and anxiety out loud, or to myself, to someone else. Call it, it's not a secret. I'm not ashamed of it, and it's not a secret. And I don't really do anything with it other than that, is I just see it. It's just a spotlight. And like we talk about with that's not the real me. That's this egoic Nathan, part human that experiences all these emotions up and down all the time. My practice is to just notice it. And my practice used to be to try to do something to not feel those things.
Okay, so now you're hitting on another point, which is the bottom line for all of this practice, is acceptance. That is the number one point of action. The number one where everything starts. The beginning of all of it is acceptance. And you said it, without shame, without embarrassment. And I just love that little girl.
I know. I'm so glad she's here.
I'm so glad you're here, Lexi girl. Gosh darn you, Lexi girl. And
I think she can hear you.
Of course she can hear me.
Yeah.
And I say this all the time, but the cats, your friends, like me more.
That's right. She's been saying that for a long time.
And we didn't even get into our mother-son. But let's get back to this.
Yeah, let's wrap that up, and maybe we do a final mother and son segment to close.
Yes, but totally what you said is acceptance and of all of it, and the practices. There's a lot of stories here. There's a lot of program stories. I'm getting older. I want my dreams to happen, thinking that these dreams happening is going to make me feel a certain way or make me feel more content or feel more peaceful. No, the contentment and the peace is in the present moment. It's not in a future moment. And if you don't have contentment and peace in the moment, you're not going to have it in the future moment. It's a practice to be content in the moment. So I counter with my ego. Hey, ego, I hear what you're saying. I know you're thinking that everything is not happening, but you know, that's your one perspective. Oh, little poor ego. But you know what? I know everything's in order, and I know everything that is destined to happen to me is going to happen. I'm not blocking anything. I'm not sabotaging anything. That's impossible. But that's a program that I don't deserve it, or I'm not valuable enough. That's another program.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna hit it too. And I'm trying to keep it on me. I am getting older. I'm aging. I'm dying. I'm getting older. There's gray hairs. There's wrinkles. There's aches and pains. I am getting older, and that's real. And that is what's going on. And oh, this is what I want to say with my dream, because I really relate to this. What is being said by this person. I'm up here wondering the same thing about my hopes and dreams, all that. And what I'm doing is reminding myself that it is not so black and white if my dreams are coming true or they're not. My dreams are coming true in little ways every day. The things are happening. Her being on this chair jumping up is a dream coming true. I mean, it's happening in little ways. Me talking about it, me doing this show with you, me, all of it. It's happening just little by little. I'm trying not to wait for the big bang of a big dream. And the last thing I want to say is, what helps me a lot is I feel like I share this with a lot. I share the emotion. I share that human stuff with really everybody. When I think like I'm the only one that's thinking this way, I'm the only one where the dreams aren't coming true. I'm the only one getting older. It's just not true. It's happening everywhere. So it just takes that feeling like I'm taking it personally, my life. When we talk about the universe, sometimes I feel like the universe is giving all this other shit to other people, and it's not giving it to me. I'm taking that personally, and it's not.
And so, and the interesting thing is, and what is the universe gifting me? What is the universe gifting me? It's gifting me consciousness that, quite frankly, a lot of other people don't have. It's gifting me a lot of universal gifts. And back to something you were saying. What did you say? Oh, you said you were late because your dreams, waiting for your dreams. And again, I'm telling you, the practice is to separate my dreams or my ego's dreams. I'm not a slave to my ego. I'm not a slave to my ego or its stories. I'm not being held captive by this entity that wants me to identify with it. My dreams. This is what you said. How long, there's the little mother-son information. How long have I asked you to do a show with me? I mean, it has been over 10 years, 15 years, I would say. Over 10 years. I mean, I've been doing reality, spirituality every Sunday for almost 15 years. And you and I have been having these spiritual conversations at least 10 years, Nathan. So I've been, where you do a show? But it wasn't time. But what you just said, it dreams are coming true, but not in my time and not the way my ego wants to play. No, it wants it to happen just like this. Just like this.
That's a really good mother-son tie-up. I would say just for the last couple minutes is The show, this particular show,
You mean this one? You mean Mother and Son?
Mother and Son, Makes Sense
Making
Out of
sense out of
Nonsense Plus
nonsense plus
More,
more.
2024 was happening. It was happening. It just didn't look like this on StreamYard, this on YouTube, this right now, but it was in the works all that time. All of our conversations is in the works. It's just like you said, it doesn't look like this yet. So that's another part of what I'm hearing in the letter, and what we're talking about is my dreams aren't coming true. Says who? Who's saying that? Who's making that opinion, that judgment call? Who's to say your dreams are? So that's another important part too, is when you say step out of the way, it really is step all the way out of the way. If you're a truth seeker and am a truth seeker, is that true or not?
I am a truth teller.
I'm a truth teller, truth seller,
I'm
and
a
seeker,
truth
honey.
seeker, a truth teller, and a truth yeller.
I'll
And
yell
that
the truth.
I'll yell the truth. And that little girl is the cutest ever, ever,
I
ever.
know.
Oh, it just, ooh.
I
But that's
know.
what you said. What were you saying though? Truth seeker, back to.
Yeah, you said are my dreams haven't come true. Is that really true?
And it's not looking the way my ego's eyes want it to look. Just like you said, this is what it looks like. This is the way it's supposed to look like. This is the manifestation. Is it my ego's manifestation? Well, but it is happening. And why? Because it's all by divine plan, if you ask me.
And if you ask me, I want to believe there is some divine plan, and many moments I do. And either way, whether I believe that or not, I am committed to accepting whatever is in the moment to moment, as best I can. It is what it is. Because if there's no plan, I'm still down to accept it anyway.
Yes. Well, because so the universe evolving into what it is now, or what I can see now from Earth with humans on it, it's billions of years evolved to this. It is going to always everything is going to keep evolving.
Yes.
All of it.
Now, go ahead.
No, and is it any program around blocking you from getting? Why do I have so much spiritual growth and others don't? That kind of thinking.
I say we go back to this letter. I think there's more in this, and I do want to wrap up the show.
Okay.
But there's so much in that letter, and that's such a good question too. We talked about that too, of the ripe fruit, and why do I have this, and is it time? Is it all of that? I think that's a really good topic.
I do too. I agree.
Are you down to do a stare out or do a yet to end?
Yes.
So, or do you want to do something else first?
Well, it doesn't matter, but do you know how to do this one? So this is pinky and thumb, and then pointer.
Oh.
And you go beep, 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 beep.
No, I don't know that one yet. That's a good one. That's so fun. Well, you taught me. What did you teach me?
I taught you everything.
Oh, you taught me this one.
Oh yeah. And I taught you this one.
Yes. It's been a while. That's a good stare out. We have to do that with stare out.
1, 2, 3, stare out. To send it off, we'll stare it out.
Well, you got to stare out with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won.
Give me a break.
I already did.
One more.
I won again. You know, it gets old. Tell him, Lexi. Tell him mom always wins. Leave her alone.
I get to pet her a little bit.
You know what's funny is
She likes it.
No, she doesn't. When I visit, I never. And when poor little girls, you know, I'm really funny.
You are really funny most of the time. It's too bad we had to end on a dud though, but it was a really good show. No, that was good. So good today. And
Really
I love that letter. There's really a lot in there. I think we could go back to that as a segment.
We can unpack this again.
Yeah.
Why do some people have to be fully baked? Lots of limiting thoughts and complaints. All it is the ego's got this woman by the balls, and it's separating this identity from your universal self. And it really, Nathan, for me, it's leaning into the spiritual, it's leaning in the universal, and I'm done with this human.
With everything all the time.
I'm done.
Yeah.
But I'm not done with you.
Not done with you either.
And great show. Thank you for listening. If anybody's listening, and this show is live, it's called Mother and Son Making Sense Out of Nonsense Plus
More.
So until next week, like and subscribe or not. Later, alligators.